This is 7 National News making headlines. Ministry of Foreign Trade and ECC join hands to promote UAE's competitive position globally. Phase 1 of the Dira waterfront development project launched. And Japan announces downward revision of its economy. The Ministry of Foreign Trade and the Emirates Competitiveness Council have joined hands to boost UAE's competitiveness in all sectors. In a joint seminar on the UAE's commercial and economic competitiveness at the Council's headquarters in Dubai, the Council highlighted its plans to improve the UAE's global competitiveness and briefed the participants on the current state of the country's international standings, both economically and commercially. Abdullah Ahmed Al Saleh, the Undersecretary of the Ministry of Foreign Trade, said the UAE has achieved the 3rd position globally in cross-border trade, according to the World Bank's Doing Business report of 2011, and the top regional position in the World Economic Forum's Global Enabling Trade report of 2010. This is a testimony to the fact that the UAE utilises the best and least costliest foreign trade systems. Dira Waterfront Development, the wholly owned real estate subsidiary of Investment Corporation of Dubai, has announced the launch of Phase 1 of the Dira Waterfront Development project, which includes a fish market and a pets market in Dubai. The new fish market will replace the existing one and will be located next to Hamriya Port. It will feature a retail fish sales hall and an auction area. Additionally, the new facility will offer a wide array of fresh food, and the marketplace is designed as a new addition to Dubai's attraction sites. It will feature a souk where visitors can buy souvenirs and commercial products. It will also host a diverse range of food and beverage outlets and is expected to open to the public in 2013. The first ever facility dedicated to preventive healthcare opened recently in Dubai. According to the centre's officials, they already received more than 500 patients during the course of 2 weeks. Most of the visits were company-sponsored, as employers are beginning to invest more in their employees' well-being to ensure increased and better productivity at the workplace. Khadija Salih has more.
Jason Servac, a medical operations manager at the Occupational Health International, a newly opened preventive healthcare facility in Al Riga, Dera, says it is part of his job to travel to different countries, which often pose health risks such as typhoid. To stay healthy, he regularly undergoes tests and immunization.
I've traveled to many countries all over the world. With my travels, I sometimes go to places that are not necessarily safe, particularly in the food supply. The typhoid vaccine prevents what's called Salmonella typhi or Salmonella typhoid and helps prevent me from getting sick while I'm in those locations.
The 15,000 square foot well-equipped facility is proving to be a welcome concept among companies in different sectors across Dubai. According to OHI, they have been inundated with requests from general health checks to specific tests and vaccines since they opened to the public.
More and more proactive employers are recognizing that the more you invest in your staff, the higher their productivity and the more their stability. Companies that have a specific need, so for example, a company that works with fire officers might want to have their firemen screened for heavy metal poisoning. So have they been poisoned by chromium or lead in the course of fighting fires over the last 12 months? If you're a food handling business, you obviously have a public safety issue where you want to check that your employees don't have dermatological conditions that could cause a problem for other patients or other people.
Company officials say the sophisticated technology and wide range of services on offer allows them to effectively identify as well as prevent the possible and initial onset of diseases, as well as help improve the quality of a patient's well-being.
In this region, one of the biggest problems that you have is diabetes. You have about 23% of the population with diabetes. Once you become diabetic, it's a battle that you have to have for the rest of your life. If you're caught in a pre-diabetic state by a change of diet, by some minor medications, and perhaps by taking a little bit more exercise, you can actually avoid ever becoming a diabetic, and that's a much, much better thing for the individual and their family.
Meanwhile, a locally based company supplying manpower sent 34 of its newly hired staff to the center to receive vaccination against chickenpox before allowing them to start their jobs at the metro stations.
It's better to take precautions than having cautions, because I'll be dealing up with many people, So it's better, like, in case if I get chicken pox, then like it will, it's a flu sort of thing. So it keeps on passing to different people and also.
It's important because that, it's for our health, and as what our HR advised us, if we do not have this vaccination, we might be at risk for about 2 weeks or more, and they cannot risk on that because it may also be with, it's a contagious disease, so others may be affected also, so that's why they have to contaminate and of course do the vaccination for every one of us.
Since the center receives patients who are generally well, more and more companies see preventive care a sound option and investment, as healthy employees equate to increased efficiency and productivity. Khadija Sali, 7 National News.
Now in its 9th edition, Imagine Cup is a global event that encourages students to come up with solutions that address problems they identified using technology. Now in its 5th run in the Gulf, student teams from various countries in the region are participating in a bid to push their ideas to the forefront of technology and benefit a target audience. Organisers of the event say there is a growing participation among the youth across the GCC, evidence of the rising awareness and education among the young people, as well as the significance of technology in the region's future.
We are expecting to see over 2,000 students altogether participate in the Gulf Regional Final. We need to narrow that down. It typically narrows down to about a handful of teams representing each country. And then the top winning team from each country has the wonderful opportunity to go to New York City and present in the worldwide finals representing their country. We want the students to have a couple of options. One, to have the worldwide recognition for having great ideas and realize great ideas and turn them into technology to solve some of the world's toughest problems. So we recognize that, of course, through awards. There are cash awards. We also provide the students with access to a program called BizSpark, which affords them free Microsoft access to tools, and that is to build their applications and take them from a prototype level to a commercial level.
Meanwhile, Imagine Cup 2010 regional winners say the competition changed their lives. After competing on a global level, they are now working with Microsoft and Prototype on the Yalla apps, an Arabic-enabled platform.
I'm doing an internship with Microsoft now as a system support for Yalla apps, and I got good exposure because through the Imagine Cup. So this year I'm also addressing the problem of improving maternal health. So it's a mobile-based application to address this.
It was a wonderful experience and it really changed my life. After I graduated, I got a job opportunity from Microsoft, and right now I'm working for Microsoft as a marketplace specialist for the MEA region. And I'm also participating this year for Imagine Cup, and we have made an application that will help dyslexia children.
And Imagine Cup's 2011's regional finals will be held at the American University in Dubai on the 25th of April. The UAE General Civil Aviation Authority announced today a growth of nearly 9% in the total air movements in UAE airspace during the first quarter of 2011. It also announced high growth rates in March 2011 when compared to February and March of last year. This growth was noted in all air activities and operations, including air safety, security and infrastructure, air transport, and many transactions in relation to civil aviation and associated operations within the UAE. Emirates NBD announced today the introduction of a new electronic payment system to help both customers and non-customers make donations for Japan and Egypt. The new service is open to all through its electronic banking channel, BankNet, and through 130 cash deposit machines around the UAE. There are 2 accounts to receive donations, one for each cause. The money collected will go to the Embassy of Japan in the UAE for emergency aid, which will then be transferred to the Japanese Red Cross Society, and the second to the Egyptian government for food and medical supplies. Parents and police in Dubai have raised concerns about a new addiction among school children. A type of tobacco called Chinese caney is apparently becoming increasingly popular with school kids in the emirate. According to a local report, a Dubai police official has said it costs as little as 2 dirhams and is sold in most shops, as the tobacco is not an illegal drug. However, General Abdul Jalil Mahdi, head of the anti-narcotics department at Dubai Police, said laboratory testing shows the material has a high percentage of nicotine in it. And looking over to Japan, Japan's Chief Cabinet Secretary Yokio Adano announced a downgrade of the country's economic outlook today as the shockwaves from last month's earthquake and tsunami continue to shake the country's fragile economy. The government also downgraded its views on key aspects of the economy, including exports, industrial production and private consumption, after last month's double disaster and ongoing nuclear crisis disrupted supply chains and triggered power shortages. Adano said he expects the long-term outlook to be positive as production resumes and government investment in reconstruction feeds through to the economy, but recognised a need to begin correction of Japan's weakening reputation. Up next, Linda Berenger has today's business news, so stay with us.